Hello everyone, welcome to the most authentic trench warfare simulator. This is the first tutorial video about basic gameplays. Before we start, just a heads up, if some of you followed us from another project called Armed and Armored, we're still working on that one. At the end of this video, I'll explain what's happening on that project. Also, don't want to confuse anyone, currently the demo version doesn't support digging trench in the video game. We sure have the technology, but we're not sure about the impact on performance or game balancing. We want to see the feedback on the demo version, then we'll further decide which way we want to go. So, as you can see here, it may look like an ordinary low poly style World War I third person shooting game, but no, don't get fooled. It is actually a multiplayer PvP turn-based tower defense game. The gameplay may appear a little bit more like other World War I games like Verdun or Tannenberg, but it is very different. Let me explain. So, here it is. It's the map for our demo version, and there are 4 flags in the map. From the beginning, 2 will be controlled by the British, and the other 2 will be controlled by the Germans. So when you first enter the game, there will be a 3 minutes prepare time. Both sides will need to start build defense, like barbed wires, sandbag barriers, machine gun post. Then it will be the British side to attack. It will last for 3 minutes. The Germans will need to man their guns to defend their flags. Then again, the attack ends. There will be another 3 minutes prepare time. Then it's Germans' turn to attack for another 3 minutes. And then repeat. So during your attack, you will see this icon and this red timer. So when it's your turn to attack, your ultimate goal would be capturing enemy flags, and in order to capture enemy flags, you need to enter this captured zone, which is about 25 meters radius around the flagpole, or 82 feet. And to better assist you guys, when you enter a capture zone of a flag, you will see this flag icon on your HUD. So during each prepared time, if it's your team's turn to attack in the next round, the first 30 seconds of that prepared time will have a vote. And you may choose if you want to vote start the attack earlier, if you want to surprise your enemy, or you may vote to put off the attack and spend more time, build more defense, and to be better prepared for the next round enemy attack. So the core idea of our gameplay is when one side is attacking, the other side would play a tower defense minigame. The attacking side needs to organize as many attackers as possible and launch an attack at the same time, so you'll have better chance to survive enemy crossfires and try to get to the flag. You may consider them like zombies or monsters in other tower defense games. And the defense side will need to concentrate their firepower to repel enemy attacks. Then when the time is up, both sides switch roles and play that game again. So the problem is, what if a player doesn't want to play by his role? What if a player just want to do whatever he wants? Well, that will rely on our economy system. The basic principle is when a player plays alone, he will get rewarded. When a player doesn't play alone, he will get punished. Each flag has a defensive zone which is much larger than its capturing zone. When a flag is yours and you're within its defensive zone, when you got killed by enemy, you will receive very little punishment, meaning you will lose very little money. But if you got killed outside of the defensive zone, you will get a huge punishment, means you will lose a lot of money. And by the way, if you're within a defensive zone, you'll see this icon on your HUD. So if a player doesn't want to lose too much money, he would first rather not get killed. Or second, if he got killed, he would prefer got killed within the defensive zone. The only time a player doesn't need to concern getting killed outside of the defensive zone is when it's his turn to attack. During the attack, a player won't get any punishment if he got killed. Not only that, if he was killed on a way of attacking on an enemy flag, he will get rewarded. The amount of reward is calculated based on his distance towards enemy flag. The closer he is when he got killed, the more rewards he will earn. With the blood money you earn from attacking on enemy flags, now you can spend them on building more defense on your own side so you can better prepare and protect your own flags. Or you may spend them on building big artilleries so you can destroy enemy defense, and it will help you to capture enemy flag in the next round. Now this demo is still in very early phase of development, so as you guys may expect, there are many problems. The number one problem is, as usual, the performance problem. There are two factors gonna impact on your performance. One is grass. You can go to settings, and in the video setting you just set it to low. That will allow the system to turn off the grass, and you need to restart the game to apply that change. Another factor that's going to impact on your performance is terrain destruction with artillery fires. And that is the biggest reason we don't allow our gamers to dig their own trenches in our game, because that's using the same terrain system and it's going to make bigger impact on the performance. Now, another problem you may experience in our game is the AI are actually stupid. So don't count on them doing anything. They don't know how to avoid barbed wires. You probably gonna need to guide them out of the maze, or maybe just build a spawn point outside your defensive zone and spawn AI when you need them. We will eventually improve our AI navigation system, but at this moment AI is just there for the background. If you don't have enough friends to play a game session, you only have 2-3 friends, but you still want a very good experience, you may add more AIs to the game, but just don't expect them to do anything smart. And the last problem I want to mention is that we currently don't have a melee combat system. Although you may switch to bare hand combat mode, but it actually doesn't do any damage to your enemy, so don't even bother. The reason we haven't applied a melee combat is because we have another project called Armed and Armored. We have a very sophisticated melee combat system in that game. We want to take that system into most authentic trench warfare simulator. And for fans who've been following us since Armed and Armored project, we're still working on that project. We're actually refactoring the networking system for it. Originally, Armed and Armored is using a paid third-party network solution that requires a subscription fee to host your server. And we want to change that to a free solution, allows players to self-host their games and connect with Steam friends. And that's why we started a small new project just to test out the networking system. And at that point, we've been talking to some potential investors, and they are interested in the concept of Armed and Armored, but they suspect that with only one programmer, if we could ever deliver a full game. So Armed and Armored will require more 3D artists like modelers and animators. So as a programmer, I could never replace them. We need investors to invest the money so we can use that money to hire those artists. So I told my teammate, since we already spent the effort making a new networking project, why don't we turn this project into a smaller but full game? So number one, we can show the investors that even with only one programmer, we can finish a full game. And two, if they're still not interested, we can put this full game on Steam. But of course, before we ask you guys for money, we will give you guys a free demo to try it out. We're counting on you guys to give us feedback so we can further improve the game. So give it a shot and let us know what you think. Peace.